Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Teen Wolf. This episode 7 of season 4. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the series so far. You know, we're kind of past the midway point now. It's mad, isn't it? After last season having 24 episodes, boom, we're back to 12, and it just feels like this season's going absolutely rapid. But we did start off where we left off the last episode, and that was with Violet after Scott managed to successfully stay alive and knock her out. Now, she was getting arrested. Obviously, Noah took her away. And, you know, I think it was Scott's dad. He mentioned something about a group called the Orphans, and obviously it seems like Violet's part of it, and obviously Garrett. Now, what's interesting is both of them in this episode was actually killed in different ways. So obviously Garrett, he wanted to get Violet back. She's been transported. He wanted obviously to rescue her. So what he decided to do is kidnap Liam. You know, hit him with the wolfsbane, and he threw him down a big massive well, and he pretty much blackmailed Scott into helping him, trying to stop the convoy so he can go and he could get her. He pretty much said, look mate, you know, if you help me, I'll tell you where Liam is. If you don't help me, then he's going to die. The wolfsbane's going to get to his heart. It's going to kill him. Scott really didn't have a choice. He got in the car, he followed him. As he was going to obviously chase the convoy, it turned out they've already been attacked. When he turned up, the berserkers was there, loads of dead bodies on the floor. This Garrett thought that he could take them out, and straight away he was killed. Literally about 1 second like that, he was killed. Scott managed to obviously duck, dip, dive and get out of the way. But what's interesting is obviously it seems like Kate is controlling these berserkers, because we fast forward into the episode later on, and Chris was there, and you know, he's been trying to hunt them down. He come face to face with Kate. He was going to try and kill her, but he couldn't really pull the trigger, and obviously he started shooting all these berserkers, having a fight, because it was Kate that was the one that took Violet. Now what's interesting is obviously he couldn't pull the trigger on Kate, and when the berserkers was just about to kill Chris, she'd called them off as well, so she couldn't kill him. So that again is very interesting. Obviously they're family, brothers and sisters, but they've got the code, haven't they? You know, he really went after supernaturals that was killing innocent people. She's going on an absolutely massacre, slaughtering everybody. It's interesting as well because Derek, his powers obviously are still decreasing. You know, he had to use Malia to help him go and track down some bodies. It's mad because obviously we've seen him be this almighty alpha, and now he's dwindling down into a standard human. I'm excited to see obviously where we go with his storyline. Obviously as well, we ended the episode with Peter Hill. You know, he is trying to cut a deal with Kate. He wants power. He's always wanted to be the alpha, hasn't he? He's always wanted to be the man on top, and he's willing to give her the Triskelion, get her to help with the control if he could get his money back, and obviously find out who the benefactor is. It's interesting because Lydia cracked the third code. You know, she found out the name was Derek. We've had 3 names now. We've obviously had Allison, Ethan and Derek, and everybody's names have been revealed. Now what's interesting is it does look like that Liam's name is on there, so it's a continuously updated list, and I don't know who it is, but it's got to be someone close if they know that new wolves are getting put on this list straight away. Who's feeding this information? It's also pretty sad because Meredith, she did actually hang herself in this episode. We didn't actually see that, but we seen her dead. You know, Lydia did go and she tried to question her, see if she was, you know, like she knew anything about the benefactor. She actually did know something, but she didn't want to disclose that information. I don't know if she couldn't physically say it, but, you know, she was stressing out. She's getting hyperventilated. They obviously had to leave. And then later on, she'd obviously taken her own life. So that is sad because I actually thought she was pretty decent. And then Scott, obviously, when he was searching Garrett's locker, found a bag full of loads of cash. His mum is literally suffering with the bills. You know, her house has had the electric turned off. Styles' daddy struggling as well to pay for Icon House, Echo House, whatever you want to call it. He hasn't got much money as well. Both of them are struggling. They've got loads of cash here. Hopefully they're going to keep it and give it to parents because they deserve it. But they also found a tape that says play me. So I'm so excited to see what they do with this information. So thanks for clicking on today's episode. Hopefully guys do enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump in to episode 7 of season 4 of Teen Wolf. Oh, they got the boundary down.
After entering the IP address, you will be connected through a darknet portal to an untraceable bank. Once logged in, enter your account number to receive wire transfers.
That is well interesting, mate.
You ever made a wire transfer?
Never had enough money.
Okay, so you didn't understand a word of that either.
I don't understand any of this.
$500,000? You know how much money that is?
500k?
It's $500,000.
It's $500,000, Scott. What are you gonna do with it? You just gonna slide it under your mattress?
Take some.
I'm just saying, some of that money's Peter's, right?
Yeah.
Homicidal killer. Remember, you want to give $500,000 to him.
What are you saying?
holding each other. Oh, it's
We
Malia.
found Satomi's pack.
She's been shot. I think she's dying.
He looks well concerned.
Call Satomi-san.
Oh, no way.
Where's Lydia?
She took it her freshman year.
Does that mean I could have taken it some other time?
Malia, you studied harder for this than any of us.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna do good.
Well,
Well, what?
just do well, not good.
Look at this guy.
Cell
He
phone
knows
in the
it.
envelope. Scott, you'll get it back after the test.
Come on, Malia.
Please do not open the test booklet until you are instructed to do so. There are supposed to be 2 teachers monitoring this exam.
I know, it's code. She's not exactly punctual. Hey. Oh, Bobby. 15 years sober and you fall off the wagon at school? I'll bring you some coffee during one of the breaks.
What's made him start drinking again?
15 years, Bobby. I can't find him, but Mr. Yurkamura is upstairs grading papers. Do you want me to try him?
We have to start. We can ask for his assistance during the first break.
And begin.
Oh, I absolutely hate tests. Not gonna lie. Hate them. Come on, Malia. Focus.
Are you all right? Got kind of dizzy.
Ms. Martin, do I need to stop the test?
No. It's fine. Nobody leaves the room.
Oh, this is well interesting. Scott, get your big ears on this. Has he got it on his arm as well? Oh, look at this. What the F is that? Wow.
Get back! No! Do not come in here! Get back outside! Back to your seats, now.
It's that really interesting, you think? I don't know what's going on, not gonna lie.
I need the number of the CDC.
Oh, Centre Disease Control. Mate, how random is this? Like, weaponized, you know? Do you reckon he's been drugged or something? Do you reckon they're transitioning into something? I don't know, like... It's well weird though, isn't it? Because we've never referenced any of this before, and then now, like, boom, we've just started this episode. Coach looks like he's absolutely drunk out his mind, but he's obviously been drugged or spiked or something. He's getting a rash all over his back, and isn't it weird how she put 2 and 2 together then? She had a mark on her arm and she thought, you know what, I'll go and check Coach, see if he's got one on him, and it's all over his back, mate. It reminded me of when that girl come in and squeezed out Alison and Lydia, and Yon left that mark where they printed it together like that. That's what it looked like on her arm, but obviously... something different, mate. Look, like I said there, a virus is spreading through the high school, trapping Scott, South Kira and Malia inside. Mad, mate. At least you probably don't have to do your test. Mate, monsters ain't coming in. Oh, don't mess around these. Look at this. Proper quarantine.
Can anyone tell me what we're dealing with here?
Hopefully a false alarm. The details provided have concerned us and your local health authorities enough to order a quarantine.
We isolate the sick and then we wait for instructions. If I'm wrong, they'll be out of here pretty quickly, and then I'm the crazy biology teacher.
Oh, it's spreading. Look at that.
My parents can't afford to send me to college without it.
I'm sure they'll let you take it again.
I think it's smallpox. Not likely. Smallpox was eradicated worldwide in 1979.
Whatever it is, they're taking it pretty seriously. There's a lot of cars and trucks out there.
Looks
That's
like we're all
interesting.
just gonna have to wait here and see what happens.
This guy's defo done it, mate. He's the one that's dropped it in. Styles is not done.
Moved into the woods when that began. Then it progressed faster and faster. They couldn't stand. But worse than that was this sudden blindness.
I'm gonna be honest, Satomi. We need to get him to a hospital.
It's never really been an option for our kind. You know something I don't.
Not something,
Someone.
but someone.
I thought you said she needed to rest.
That was before I found out the CDC just put the high school under quarantine with Scott and Stella still in there.
Wow, she woke up rapid.
Last night you were in the woods and you came across another pack. Do you know what happened to them?
No, they were infected. It was a virus.
So
You've been in there a long time. Are you all right?
humans can catch it as well, though, it looks like.
Hey, you need to come back with the others.
Oh, that would be interesting. Imagine him being in a school and he freaks out. Do you know what I mean? Because that guy looked like, who was sat with Deaton, looked like he couldn't control what was happening to him. Obviously, they said that he'd gone blind and all his fangs was out. Scott's is the same, and I wonder what happens with Malia as well. There's going to be two. Maybe this will show if there's more supernaturals inside the school. But what happens to Kira, you know? Like, I know that she's supernatural, but she's got to be on that hit list, surely. But what I mean is, like, we don't see her body full on transition. So we did get told that she's a fox. Would have been decent, actually, to see her transition into a big golden fox. That would have been sick to see. But Yeah, we haven't really seen it. We've seen it when obviously the flash is on her and she was glowing when the phones went on her. But apart from that, is this going to affect her? And to the normal people, it seems like the normal girl as well, she was getting affected by it. And the coach, I'm not having there got anything to do with supernatural. So maybe it only badly infects, you know, the supernatural, and everybody else just gets sick and then it'll go away. She's got determination now, look, even more. She's going to focus.
Not much of a banshee either. But I'm trying to help my friends. I don't know if you can hear me, what I'm supposed to ask you. But if I have this thing, it's gotta work some of the time. I'm sorry.
I like Meredith, to be fair. She acted really well. I was going to say, what's in that picture? What? Oh, she got a picture in her house.
Get Styles.
Look at him.
Do you ever get the feeling that Scott and Styles aren't telling you everything?
What do you mean?
Like they hide stuff.
If they did, they'd probably have a pretty good reason.
Here, Yukimura. I don't like needles either. I promise. Be fast.
Mate, do you reckon it's going to go in Malia's arm and then come out and it's going to be healed? Oh. Oh, she's crapping it. Like, she might have got infected.
Any breach of the interior layer?
It's okay, it just burnt through the top layer.
Any verdict on what we're dealing with yet? My son's in there.
Your son and his son. Great. You can debrief each other.
Maybe it's not just the orphans. That was just a little group of them.
Obviously, the virus is affecting the two of you in a way it won't hit any human being.
You guys have to stay out of sight. We have to quarantine you.
We need something secure, somewhere nobody can find us.
The Hellhole.
The Hells always have an escape route.
Oh,
like
the
their
Hells.
house. There has to be another way in.
He's got it.
It's happening to you, too. You're getting sick. I think it's affecting you differently.
I found your test answer sheet in a pile with the others.
Oh, look at this, mate. She didn't even put a circle and answer. Imagine getting that on a test.
Hey, guys.
Symbol.
Over here.
They always got symbols, haven't they? Put your claws in and turn it.
Look at the cracks in the wall.
Oh, look at it.
It's like the entrance outside. It only opens with claws.
Malia, can you try?
Okay, I'll do it.
Oh, why is she being a bit
Tell me what
sketchy?
you've been hiding from me.
Oh, right.
I know I'm on the list.
Yes.
So how much?
How much what?
How much am I?
worth?
Yeah.
4 million.
Scott's worth 25, Kira's 6. They'll take you guys out way before me.
Do you know what's interesting there? You should never disclose your information, should you? Like, that's a prime example. Like, she disclosed it first, and then they had a chance to, I don't know, deter, say away. For example, I've been in a job before where I knew that I was going to get a salary increase, and I had a figure in mind, and I waited for them to offer it first, and it was actually way more than the figure that I was going to say. And it's like, if I disclosed it first, I would have got way less. And it's like, she let her information out, and then they didn't. They've just like, oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, you was right. Damn it! How did you know? You should always wait for them to give it to you, because, well, first of all, I've got to say big up to her for knowing that something is, you know, like they're withholding some info. But Kira knows about it. Why have they told her? That's what's interesting me. Like, because when he was in the lockers, Scott said he didn't find anything, so only Scott knew that information. And then at the end of the episode, we seen Styles sat in a room. So somehow between that period, Kira's found out that the money's there as well.
This isn't happening at the school, is it?
School. It's Saturday.
They're taking the PSATs.
I think we need to hurry.
Oh, he's died. She's going to go in full-on panic mode, I reckon. Yeah, that's the last thing she needs to worry about. She's got so much going on.
117 million in bearer bonds.
How do you even change bearer bonds into cash?
The bank, I guess. Me and my dad, the Icon House and the MRI bills are crushing them.
Mom does this thing. She writes down all the items in our budget, how much they cost. And then she adds it all up and figures out how long we have until we lose the house.
No one would blame them for taking a bit, would there?
Sure.
Oh, hey, I know this girl. Let her in.
Good enough excuse.
Anything? They're looking for us.
Someone's gonna have to go out there.
Kira's got to go. She's the only one that's actually normal-ish.
To tell her the truth about Peter. Try to remember that Peter's the one name missing on that list. Let him walk around like nothing ever happened, like he's one of the good guys. Scott, he's not one of the good guys.
Oh, he's bleeding out his fingers. Look at that. That's mad. Oh, what a transition. The guy's got his head whipped open.
They're going to die without an antidote.
Oh, guy knows everything, mate. Again, underrated character. Guy's full of knowledge. What's really interesting is I did not pick up that Peter Hale's name was not on that list, mate. That is so interesting. And obviously, Malia's name's obviously on that list. I got that, but I never clocked that it said Malia Hale. Well, I'm assuming that's what it says, Malia Hale. So that is like, when she sees that list, she's going to be like, what the F? And that is what's going to be interesting. Now, I do agree that she does, well, Scott, yeah, I think Scott's saying you need to tell the truth. I think they do need to tell the truth, like, because that is worse. She sensed that they was hiding something from her. She thinks it's what's under the bed. They was hiding what's under the bed. But, I mean, hiding this is, like, it's big, innit? When you find that out, you're going to be absolutely fuming that they held something like this. Now, the money, maybe you can understand, because you could say, well, I was conflicted. I didn't know what to do. Didn't know if to keep it or to take some or whatnot. But this bit, big part of her identity, her life, her dad, even if she likes that, it's still, you know, she might feel some sort of betrayal. So again, that's really interesting. But I cannot believe Peter's name is not on the list. I didn't even see it. Obviously, I've not seen the full list completely all in order, just seen it sporadically over 3 episodes. But man, that's interesting. Scott's worth 25 mil, he said as well. So, I mean, is he the highest? Is he higher than Derek? I would have thought Derek would have been the highest, but his powers are dwindling. Maybe he's even lower than Malia.
I'm gonna leave for a few, okay?
Where are you going?
Whatever's happening, it's worse for you guys.
Yo, I love these, me.
You're coming back, right?
Yeah, I never leave you behind.
Just had no hell left behind. See, she got the joke. Oh, do you see that then, mate? That was like loud to silent. Oh, here we go.
Because all this is still very new to me. Any kind of feeling about
Oh,
this.
yeah, someone dying, yeah.
Someone in there gonna die.
Yes.
Oh, look how fast.
Not just a feeling.
It infected my whole pack.
Everyone except for you. Or are you immune?
Innit? She's an oldie goldie, mate. She's immune to everything.
You're not looking so good. Maybe you gotta lie down.
It's okay, I'll be back. I'll be right back.
Coach is the only adult.
The pack was infected. Then who was doing all the shooting at the entrance to the woods?
Apparently another assassin. Do you remember me?
I remember the tea. You always brought that tea that smelled terrible.
Reishi. Wild purple reishi. It's very rare.
It's also a very powerful remedy for sickness.
How rare is it? Can we find it?
My mother kept some of it. It's in our vault.
Ooh, the list is there. Styles, you rookie move, mate. And she's going to find out on her own. Scott's going to try and overlook.
Malia?
I can't see.
I knew she's going to be
I
blind.
can't see anything.
I knew. Scott can't see. Yo, timing's perfect, man. I don't know what's going on. Jinx.
Since in order to get paid by the benefactor, I need to have proof they're dead.
Visual confirmation.
Oh, okay, that was smart from that guy, innit, mate? The guy would have got 35 million for one clean sweep. Literally, all he had to do is, in fact, that little pad that they put the fingerprint down when they're going to do the test, and they would get, obviously, 25 for Scott, 4 from Leah, and 6 for Kira. So that's 35 million for just a very clever bit of, I don't know, what would you call it? Yeah, like infecting the little pad. Now, I want to know is, in the US, do you take your tests like that? Do you put your fingerprint down and put it on your test, obviously, to prove that it's you and nobody else can obviously cheat? Or is that just something that was implemented into the show? Because I've never seen that before, and I think it's really interesting. Also, Styles left that vault, but they didn't use no claws to open it. They used it to go in, but not to go out. And it reminds me of a comment somebody left on one of the videos the other day in the Motel California episode, is that the episode before, they was on the school bus, wasn't there? And Lydia and Alison was following in Alison's car. Then obviously they stopped and stitched Scott up, and then he was on the bus with them in the next episode. And someone said, what did Alison do with her car? And I was like, tell you what, mate. What did you do with a car? That is an interesting visualization. It's like sometimes you They have like a little bit of the story, and then they don't always do it. So like you say, you need the claws to go in, but not the claws to go out. Oh, he's okay now, look. He's healed. Oh, they're all quickly healing again.
Can I take the test again now?
Look at her, mate, loving the tests.
They're getting better.
What's happening to us? Scott, I can't see anything.
Yeah, they're acting good.
So don't you think you should tell me where they are? Shouldn't one of you get to live?
Think you can scare me?
No, I think I can kill you. I just thought the countdown would make it more exciting.
Oh, who shot him, mate? Who's in that school with a gun? Scott stab, mate. He's not fucking playing about. Look at him. Go on, lad.
She said there's an antidote. Reishi mushrooms.
What in the bomb?
It's in a jar on one of the shelves.
Yo, that was interesting, that, mate. Literally.
I have to get to the school.
Oh, look at this. She's hit Derek, though, I feel like.
I may have learned to control my anger, but I still know when to use it.
It's in a jar. It's on one of the shelves. Scott! Scott, can you hear me?
Oh, he's fell on that side.
Thought I saw it in a jar on one of the shelves.
It's down to you, Kira, man. You're the one who's in the better state than these. Look at him. He looks in a bad way. Oh, he's seeing different. You know what? I'm going to give it a clap. It's clever that. They've tied it in backwards to one of the old storylines. I wonder how fast the antidote works. It's kind of like nuts, innit, mate? You get the whiff of it. You can have an allergic reaction just for a smell of a nut, can't you? Doors opening behind him. She's going to be reading the letter. Oh.
I was just trying to get a little overtime.
Just I'd ask her how she was in the house. Meredith. Ah, it's happened. I hope this doesn't ruin their relationship, to be fair. Mate, I'm going to blame both of them. I'm going to blame him for being stupid enough to leave that note in his pocket when he gave her the jacket. And I'm going to blame Scott because he knew she was looking at that letter, right? Okay, he opened the door to get out of there. But he should have known. That should have been first on his mind, you know. He should have ran over and got it, but he didn't. And obviously, she's found out. Now, she walked out like she was going to join Team Peter, which is interesting. Now, everybody knows. It seemed like everybody but her knew that Peter's dad, you know. Lydia knows. She was the one that discovered it. She's the one that told Peter as well. And Peter's not actually gone and disclosed that to Malia, which I do think is interesting. I'm very surprised that even though he knows that he's a father, that he's never actually, you know, said it to her. He's probably just left it and waited for the time to come, like now, when she's found out. Now, I just hope that she doesn't go and join his side and Kate's and be an arsehole to them all, because I think that the relationship they built up with Styles and her has been so good and they're so cute, and I feel like the personalities rub well with each other. I prefer her as a simple character, just plain old simple, bit dumb sometimes, bit funny, you know, like she's that's perfect for her right now. I don't need her to be anything else. She's slotted in so well, so likable and lovable, and I don't want them to be ruined, to be honest, but I'm interested to see where it goes. Obviously, I was saying before, holding the information is hard, you know, like not telling her that she's on the list, okay, not telling her about the money, again, that's different. You could twist it to yourself. You could say, like I said, about you didn't know whether to keep it or give it away. You were stuck in two minds, whether to be selfish. You didn't want to be judged. You put that on yourself, but not disclosing who somebody's father is when obviously they probably feel lonely and stuff like that. And they may be wanting to know, who knows. That one's a tough one. When you get that, you feel some sort of betrayal. That's what she's felt. As soon as she's seen it, she's moved his hand away. She's not feeling that connection right now. She's obviously fuming. So again, very interested. But there are professional killers. Now, I was saying that maybe there's more orphans, and it wasn't just obviously Violet and Jared, but maybe it was just them who was the orphans, but there is more assassins coming. Obviously, we've seen the silent killer. We've seen this guy in the school. Scott's dad come and say today, decent, you know. He's actually not as bad as I thought I was. Deaton as well. How clever is he, man? The guy knows everything. And he's a proper asset to the team. Imagine if they didn't have him, how many situations they would have either lost or how many people would have died. It's mad. Yes, he works in a vet, but the guy is literally a lifesaver in literally more ways than one. Okay, and that is going to wrap up today's episode. Very interesting episode, honestly. I hope you guys did enjoy it. So we did see Scott and Styles. They was playing that tape at the start, and it was talking about wire transactions and that. Obviously, the benefactor for them to send the money to them, then they have got to show proof of the deaths, proof of the bodies. And, you know, he said that they change their IP address like every single day or something, so people can't track them down. Again, very smart. That's what you got to do. You know, you don't want to be traceable. And obviously, he'll wire the money towards him. Again, we have no indication of who this may be. I literally have no idea. I said Gerard a couple of episodes ago, but it's absolutely random, and it was for no reason whatsoever, honestly. Like, I just literally picked a stone up and threw it in a pond, and I have no backup for that at all. So I am definitely excited to see who it is. I'm hoping that it's somebody who's been part of the story already, just to give it a bit more impact, you know what I mean? And maybe it's a backstory that we've not even, you know, like, thought of before, but it's worked its way in the story, because I was watching one of the episodes in season 3. Do you know the one that you know, after Styles blew up the police station, and Derek and Chris was sat in there and they was talking, and they said something about berserkers in there. You know, Chris was saying to Derek, you know, he's seen someone get possessed before. It was a lad that you know, like his family come to them, and it was all this. He started talking about berserkers, how he was possessed, and he didn't have any trouble putting him down. It took a whole clip. They had to put loads of rounds in him, and he had to kill him. And you know, he felt sorry for putting the guy down, but he didn't feel sorry for killing the berserker. And he was like, I'll feel sorry for killing Styles, but I won't feel sorry for killing a Nagitsune. And that's what I thought was interesting, because I was like, oh, they referenced last season, they made some of the references into this current storyline, and we've kind of done that again in this season, just where Scott then, when he used his infrared sight or whatever, his different vision, his wolf vision, to find obviously the antidote to the virus, because we've been told that, you know, Deucalion is not always blind, and that was referencing obviously when he's in his normal state he was blind, but when he was in his wolf form he could see his alpha mode, and Scott used that. And I just love it when we tie old storylines or previous information into the current. So again, this is why I hope that whoever this benefactor is somebody that we actually know, whether it makes no sense at all or whether it makes total sense. It'd be so good for it to be an absolute twist and be like, oh my god, it's that person, no way, I did not expect it. But, you know, tell you didn't expect to find their name on the list, and especially the name that they seen, and that is MALIA. You know, she expected to be on the list, but not as MALIA Hale. And that is right. They should not have held that information from her for so long. It seems like all of the group knows. You know, Lydia found it out at first. Peter knows. He's not disclosed it. Nobody's really mentioned it towards him. I've always been interested in what's happened to Father K, dad mate. Like, literally, she just literally bounced from him. What's going on there? We had no indication, unless I totally missed it, from when we seen Noah bring her back, return her to her dad. The next time we seen her, she was in Icon House. And then after that, she's just never really mentioned her dad again. And I was always wondering what's gone on with him. So again, I'm interested to obviously see a storyline now. She found out Peter's her dad. Is she going to join teams with him? We didn't see him after he proposed a deal towards Kate last episode. You know, he wanted to team up. He wanted to teach her, give her the Triskelion, and, you know, give her information on how to control the shift. She's obviously got the Berserkers on her side. She must have acquired some information from Violet when she took her, because she was tied up and then she was killed. So I feel like they've tortured her to a point where she would have disclosed some information before she obviously died. A guy was coming again, another assassin, not an orphan, but another professional trained assassin coming to the school. Cleverly put in the ink to take people down. And obviously it really impacted the supernatural, because Kira's going down, so's MALIA and Scott. Everybody else got infected, but then it slowly healed. So and he was going to kill Styles, and then boom, who come and save the day? Scott's dad, mate. He come dressed in one of them suits and absolutely shot him, and the blood splattering across Styles' face looks absolutely sick. But Scott's still got the money. I don't know what he's going to do with it. You know, Styles was proposing half of it's Peter's, you know, the guy, but do we really want to give $500,000 to that crazy guy? You don't deserve it, so to speak. And he was obviously referencing that money would help his family loads and Scott's family. But right now, I'm really focused on MALIA. I'm excited to see what happens with her. Is she going to turn heel, so to speak, go from a baby face to a heel where, you know, we can start hating on her? Or is she going to be getting dead annoying? Who knows, mate? But it's interesting now. This information has been revealed. Lydia as well. She's still trying to figure out what's going on with Meredith. You know, she was trying to speak to her, apologise to her. She was trying to play, obviously, the I don't even know what you call it, the record play. She put it down, and she was trying to listen. She didn't hear anything, but what she did do is find one of her old pictures, and she held it up, and it was like she was stood in the corner of Lydia's house. So again, I'd be asking my mum, what's going on there? How do you know this girl? How's she been in our house? Did she own that house before Lydia bought it? You know, they are putting it on the market. very, very interested. But I cannot wait to find out the identity of the benefactor. Would you rather find out towards the end of the season as a big, massive reveal, or would you need to know now? I kind of need to know now, me, literally. You know, we're going to be episode 8 now, and after that we're only going to episode 12, so I'd rather that information released to us sooner than later. The gang and the crew, they can still keep guessing, they can keep searching, but me on this side, I want to know who it is and try and figure out what it is and why they're going after him, and what have these supernaturals done to pee them off so much, and how did they know about the vault and the money in there, the bonds or whatever they called it, to release it. You know what I mean? Exciting. Can't wait for the next episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.